How is everybody doing? Hopefully, you all can hear me and see me. I literally sat here and talked for like 2 minutes. And I was like, why isn't anybody responding to what I'm saying? It's because for some reason this just was not going out and I had to like reset stuff. Hello, everybody. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. As I was just saying, like something was going on with StreamYard, but I'm here. I'm fine. How is everybody? Tarnia says she can see and hear me. Thank you very much for that. We've got a lot of cool people here in the chat, as always. We've got Tarnia. We've got Laws. Thank you, Laws, for showing up. Aaron is here. Dan Tex is here. Kindred Paranormal. Burning Bridges. Antoine's here. Karen's here. Betty is here. She was one of the first people here. Hi to everybody. If I miss you, it's not because I don't appreciate you being here. It's just the chat sometimes goes quite fast. And I have to open my beverage with my handy dandy Cemetery Road bottle opener. One of my favorite things I've ever had made. And tonight, first pumpkin ale of the season, guys. It's spooky season. Let's just get into it. How is everybody doing? I spent the day on the lake. I'm super tired. Got a lot of sun. Did not get sunburnt though. That's where it's important. You don't want to get baked out on there and then you're just miserable. Especially since I had to come and do a live stream. I didn't want to be like miserable and grumpy for you guys. How is everybody doing? We got PEX coming up in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I know a few of you are going to be there. Karen is going to be there. My savior from the other part of the world. She's going to be grabbing some stuff for my New Zealand and Australia people that I have not been able to send out. And she's going to make sure you guys get your stuff. I know Aaron is going to be there. Who else is going to be there? If you're going to be at PEX, let me know. And I promise I'm going to be filming a bunch of stuff at PEX. Maybe not live streaming as much as I would like because it's Virginia City and you just have zero service up there. And even if I could live stream, it would look like garbage. But I'm going to be filming a ton of stuff for you guys at PEX and starting to upload it like on the regular because I don't want to like every once a week release something from PEX, but I'll probably do like a whole week where once a day I'll release like a little video right after the event's all done and I'm back home. So be on the lookout for that. I will try and do as much as I can to make it worth it to all the people who can't come. But also, don't forget, go to the PEX website. You can find the link in my link tree and start following the people who are going to be there because all of us are content creators. We are going to be filming. We're going to be releasing stuff. We're going to be putting stuff on lives, either through Instagram or YouTube or TikTok or whatever. So the more people you're following that's going to be at PEX, the more it's going to be like a virtual convention. And that's awesome. The fact that we have that ability is always awesome. I did want to throw a special shout out to Steve. Steve watched the newest episode that just came out, the 75th episode of Cemetery Road, and I didn't notice that he had sent a very generous donation to my channel. So I want to thank him personally. Like, Steve, you're awesome. As always, any support you guys give the channel is amazing. The fact that you guys come to the live streams, the fact that you pop in and watch the new episodes when they premiere, sharing the channel, buying merchandise, all that kind of stuff. That's awesome and amazing. This one's for you guys. Burning Bridges says you can't come to PEX. Yep. I know it's difficult. Airfare's expensive, guys. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, come on. If you really wanted to go, you would come. It sucks that, but the fact is, like, if we can make this event as big as we would like to make it, then we don't have to necessarily keep PEX on the West Coast or in Nevada. We just have like it's awesome that we have the ability to basically take over Virginia City as much as we can. But who knows? Maybe we do something more in the Midwest next time, or on the East Coast, or in California. Or sky's the limit somewhere in the UK or New Zealand. We're gonna go hang out at Tarnia's house. So we're trying to make it more accessible for people in the future. Trust me. Aaron says, dude, I cannot wait to see your investigations. I cannot wait for you to see them. It's kind of nerve wracking, to be honest, to shoot my own investigations and release them out into the world because what I'm doing is very different than like what you're used to when it comes to me doing investigations. It's a little less flashy and crazy. I'm literally just much like Cemetery Road is what is it like to hang out with Jason in a cemetery? You just wander around and look at stones. Uh, the paranormal investigations that I'm going to be doing is kind of that same thing. What is it like to hang out with Jason in a haunted house? I'm just going in and we're going to see what happens. Like, I mean, it may be boring, but at the very least, you're going to see a cool location. And hopefully, I'm entertaining enough that it doesn't feel super boring. Uh, but also I've got 2 episodes done already. Part 1 and part 2 of my first investigation. They're pretty much done. I've got a couple tweaks and stuff to do, but yeah, I kind of like them. Should be pretty cool. And maybe later in this live stream you'll get a little sneak peek at it. I got it queued up. I figured out how to do it, so might as well, guys. Speaking of the East Coast, because people are saying like, yeah, East Coast, what? So the plan this year was to uh Joy says, "Why should it be boring? Everyone has his or her own manner of work, and that makes it special." It's true. I enjoyed my work on the other show. I like the look of it. I like the feel of it. Like it was fun for the most part. And I'm glad you guys, the people who follow me from that, I'm glad you enjoyed what was created there. Uh, this is just a little bit different, so I'm just trying to warn you, I guess. Uh, and I will warn you. I'm not trying to like downplay the episode, but like the first few episodes will be the first investigation that I did, and then when we get to like the third investigation, like we really found our groove. So I'm looking forward to when you guys see those ones. Also, what is today? Today is Saturday. This upcoming Friday, I'm doing an investigation of a place I've wanted to go to for a while, and I gotta go by myself. I don't have anybody to go with me, so that'll be fun. Uh, can't wait to reveal that location and show you guys that stuff. But I think next week, the first episode of the investigation stuff will drop. I want to get the first couple episodes out before PEX. Uh, so be on the lookout for that. I'll definitely let you know. Crow is in the house. I tried to get Crow on the live stream, but he's busy. He can only be here virtually. So I appreciate you popping in, sir. Uh, Sometimes you get good video in a haunted house, and sometimes ghosts just don't want to talk. It's true. It is true. And honestly, my investigation videos, I'm going to release them, even if it seems like nothing's happening. Because again, at least you get to check out a cool location. Um, but I'm not going to fabricate something if something's not happening. If it's not exciting enough for me, I will not be like trying to make it more exciting by doing things that are not on the up and up. So I promise you that I will be as up and up as humanly possible for you guys whenever I'm doing those kind of locations. Going back to the East Coast, guys, I know at the beginning of the year I said like this year I really want to do an East Coast trip for Cemetery Road where I go from where I live all the way over to the East Coast. And unfortunately, I was just not able to make that happen in the way I wanted to the point where I was just like, I was canceling the East Coast trip. Um, a lot of you guys have supported that by donating to the channel, making sure that I had enough funds to be able to go. And it just, I couldn't get the time, and there was a lot of personal stuff going up and down, and I wasn't going to be able to do it the way I wanted to, and I'm still not. I'm still not going to be able to do it the way I wanted to. But because of your guys' support and because just random happenstance, I will be going to the East Coast at the beginning of October. A little bit later than I wanted to, but I'm still pretty stoked to be there in the midst of spooky season, filming some cemeteries that I've wanted to get to for a very long time, and return to some that I've wanted to go to since I started this channel. Uh, and I'm super excited to bring all of that to you guys. And I'm hoping to really make that trip the one where I get a ton of photos and stuff for the calendar that I've been working on, because I still want to bring that out come November, and for the second book that I'm going to release. And then we'll have some really cool episodes of Cemetery Road. And I'm trying and figure out a time to do an investigation, but that's kind of up in the air as well. But at least I'm going, so I'm super excited for that. Tarnia asked, Jason, did you find a lot of voices or noises whilst editing the investigation video that you didn't see and hear at the time? Not yet. I'm still in that process. That's a super long process to go through all of those. Like I said, I've got the first couple episodes kind of done in terms of edited on the timeline, boom. But now the process is going through dogs and watching the whole thing with my headphones on and really paying attention to all the audio stuff. And so that's where it's just a lot of time commitment there, and that's what I'll be doing over the next few days, so that I can have at least the first episode ready to go. But also, I'm going to rely on you guys to just in the comments of those videos call out things, and then maybe we can do a live stream where I go back through the comments and we together check out what you guys may have seen or heard that I could have missed. I'm looking forward to make it a interactive type experience on that end. Let me get back to the chat. Crow of Judas, thank you for the super chat, sir. Says Jason for mayor. Mayor? I like the sound of that. Mayor Goldie Wilson. That's a Back to the Future thing for you. Karen says, Joe Vital. He's here. He's always seemed to. Grove Judas is too busy to stop by. Let me see here. Get back into the chat. Chat's going fast. Thank you guys for interacting with the chat. That means a lot to me. I know Joe is supposed to be going to PEX. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, Joe. You are still planning on being there. And let's see. What else we got here? I know the chat's going kind of fast, and I'm trying to talk to you guys, but still still trying to pay attention to the chat, but still trying to get all this information out. But don't forget, if you have any questions, throw them in the chat. I'm more than willing to answer some questions and stuff. I think, let's see, in a couple minutes, I'll give you that sneak peek I was talking about. Some of the members, if you're a member of the channel, you've already seen or have the ability to see kind of the sneak peek that I'm going to show. And so far, everybody seems to like it. Joe will be there. So yeah, start following Joe so you can check out his content. He's a busy man right now. He's got a film out in the world. I believe you said Joe's got a film, documentary investigation type film. Throw down kind of the info of that, Joe, in the chat so people can know what the heck I'm talking about. But you're doing kind of the film festival circuit, which I've done before in the past, and it's a roller coaster of emotions, the film festival circuit, because you spend a lot of time and money submitting to film festivals, and then you have to wait. It's a waiting game. Sometimes you're submitting months and months ahead of time, and then it's just that waiting for emails that say, hey, you got in, or hey, thanks for submitting, but we're not going to take your film. it's just a up and down. It's a huge high when someone says we want your film in our festival, and then a huge blow to your ego when they're just like, nah, we're good. So I feel you, sir. Part of me is like, if you're gonna submit a film to a film festival, and obviously there's like fees and stuff, but maybe if you don't get into the film festival, they could give you like half your money back. And sometimes they're not that bad. You're talking like on a cheaper film festival, 40 bucks maybe to submit into a film festival on a super cheaper one. One that's at least got a little bit of legit quality to it. But sometimes they could be like 75 to $200 depending on how the caliber of that film festival is. It sucks when you spend that money and they're just like, nope. Crow says, yeah, they've won a few awards already. Yep, winning awards at film festival, always cool. Joe says most of the film festivals are expensive, and if we don't get in or we withdraw, there is no money back. Yeah, I mean they've got to make their money too. They have to make the money to do the festival, which generally means you are renting space and equipment and all that kind of stuff. It's a business. It's not like I'm not trying to poo-poo them uh, getting money to do what they're doing, but it's just as a independent filmmaker who only has this much in a budget, like it's really difficult when you spend a ton of money for little to no return. Phoenix says, good to see your face, Jason. I like your hat. Well, thank you. I like my hat too. Let's see. Thank you, Tarnia, for throwing down my my links. She just dropped the link for merchandise if you want a t-shirt or something. Emerald Girl says, looking forward to watching your investigations, Jason. Love how respectful you are to the spirits. Yeah, I figure if they're going to allow me to come hang out in their house, I might as well just be as nice as possible. Let's see. I think it's time to hopefully figure out how to show you guys this little clip and let me know if it's not working. But here we go. You guys ready? Let me try and get this going. Let me see. How do I want to do this? Let's do this and do this. Or let's do this. All right, here we go, guys. Let me know if you can't see it. Nope, don't want that. Tonight we are in Beatty Mansion. It is Yes, it does have a Stranger Things vibe because I'm an 80s baby. I love the 80s, as you can kind of tell from the decor in my office. And so that's kind of the vibe I was going for. I like it. And honestly, if I'm going to do the work to do these videos and all that kind of stuff, I absolutely need to have fun with it too. And so I like it. It's fun. I'm glad you do as well. It should be a lot of fun. Now, the first episode is literally like a 35-minute episode of me just taking you through the location, because the location is quite large. Uh, and the natural break was to just do, okay, just me doing the walkthrough for you guys. And then the second episode will be me and my partner, who is my oldest son, going through the first run of the building. Aaron, the first one is going to air Wednesday. I believe Wednesday. I'm going to try and have it out by Wednesday so that you guys can do that. And then I think I will release the next one, which is like the first part of the investigation, probably Monday, so that there's a full week that people can watch both the episodes before PEX. The second episode looks to be running about an hour long. And then there will be a third part to the first investigation because dang dogs. Because we don't even get into the basement of the location in the second episode. It was a large place. We were there all night. Super fun. Let me get back to the chat. I'm glad you guys thought it looked good. Thanks for letting me know I had my mute on. Let's see. Yeah, the dogs, that means somebody just came home and the dogs go crazy. That's just the way it is. And I think the last time I did a live stream, one of my dogs was fresh from the vet because it got all mangled and stuff. He's doing a lot better. Nad says, I have to go put the little human to bed. They don't care themselves, do they? Well, it just depends on how old they are. Jason needs a chat assistant. It's true. Tarny, yeah, Pip is back to 100%. He spent a couple weeks with drains in his back and having to kind of be separate from everybody else, but he is back. He's back to 100% now. Still a jerk, though. Still messing with the bigger dog, even after the big dog ripped up holes in his back. Jason, when your dogs bark, my dog looks at me as if to say, did you hear that? Yeah. That's it. Anytime my kids are watching anything like on YouTube or on television and someone rings a doorbell, they freak out, even though we don't have a doorbell. We used to. Grove Judah says, can't wait to see everyone together at PEX. Yep, I am looking forward to meeting a lot of you for the first time in person and being able to get some investigations done in Virginia City. I cannot wait. And if any of you want to investigate with me, just let me know. I don't exactly know how the entire event is going to work, but I know there's going to be investigation times every night at various locations. And then there's going to be like a rotation of locations and investigators, all that kind of stuff. But if you want to investigate with me, just let me know. We'll find time. Cassie sprained her ankle. Yep, I heard about that. Cassie messed up her ankle pretty good. I guess she went to the hospital just to make sure it wasn't broken. Hopefully it heals up really well for when we go to Virginia City, because Virginia City is a steep place with lots of stairs having to deal with. I'd hate to have her not enjoy her time because she's immobile. Erica and I definitely want to do investigation with you if possible. Absolutely, Aaron. We will make time for it. We'll find a cool place and we'll do an investigation. Absolutely. Almost at 3,000 subs, Jason. Awesome, Sass says. Yes, I am almost there. I'm trying to get to 3,000. I'm hoping these investigation videos will start bringing some new people in. That would be cool. What is it? What sort of time are you thinking of, Jason? Emerald Girl says, as it's 3:26 in the morning here, might have to watch and catch up on if it's midweek. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I'm assuming you're asking when I'm going to drop the investigation video. I don't know. It'll probably be around this time on Wednesday, just because it's later in the evening for me and everybody else is either asleep or doing their own thing. But I will let you know as soon as I figure it out. Let's see. Reek and Havoc is in the house. Cassie's in the house. Yes, Cassie. How is your ankle? I feel terrible that you hurt yourself, or not that you hurt yourself, but you got hurt. Aaron, thank you for the super, or not the super chat, the donation to the channel. I just got that. It's much appreciated. First round's on you. I'll buy you a drink. Don't worry. Let's see. 46 watching and only 33 likes. Smash that like button. That's right. Smash the like button. Make sure you share the channel if you know people who are into cemeteries or spooky stuff. If you know of people who likes paranormal investigations, let them know that I'm still doing them, and I got new ones coming up. So that would be super helpful. Cassie says, I'm doing okay. Pain meds and the boot is helping. Like I was saying, I hope you are 100% by the time PEX rolls around in a couple weeks. That way you can have full mobility. What else would you guys like to know? That's kind of all I had. We got the investigation video coming out next week. East Coast trip is happening beginning of October. I'm super looking forward to that. I'm going to be basically doing kind of like a mini road trip with a bunch of friends, and they're allowing me to stop at as many cemeteries as they can stomach. But we'll be kind of in the New Jersey, Connecticut, Massachusetts area. Like gonna do a lot. We're gonna do a lot, and there are definitely some locations that I'm so excited to be able to go hang out in. Let's see. So yeah, investigation video next week. East Coast trip. Sass, I was saying the East Coast trip, the planned East Coast trip is not happening. I just could not find the time, and the funds were getting a little low to be able to pull it off in the way I would like. But I am going to the East Coast. Just crazy random happenstance. I kind of canceled the trip, and then some friends were like, "Hey, you want to do like a mini road trip and hang out for about a week on the East Coast?" And I was like, "Absolutely! Can we stop at a bunch of cemeteries along the way?" And they were like, "Sure, why not?" So it's just not in the like the main big trip that I was hoping to do, but it is happening absolutely, and I can't wait. Laura says, "Hi everyone, looking forward to your new partner, your son. He's cool. He is cool. My son Paul he's always wanted or been interested. He's like, ever since I started doing ghost hunts, he's like, yeah, I want to do it. Take me with you." And I took him once, and then he was immediately told after driving several hours that he was not allowed to go on the ghost hunt, which was a bummer for him, and I was annoyed. And so I made sure that when I could do like my own ghost hunts, he was the first one. I'm like, "Do you want to go with me? I got 3 locations. Let's go." And so we had a good time. He warmed up to being not just investigating, but like on camera by the third night. And he's looking forward to doing some more. So I can't wait for you guys to meet him. He won't be on every single investigation I do because he has his own life, but he will be on as many as he wants to. Linda, thank you for the super chat. She says, "You have my full respect, Jason." I appreciate that. I try to be as up and up as I possibly can when it comes to paranormal investigations, because I know people are out there trying to find something. They're trying to discover something, or get some sort of something proven, or it's very personal to a lot of people. And what I don't want to do is take that trust and kind of throw it out the window for YouTube clicks like that. I just would never want to do something like that. Amy says, "Jason, I went to a cemetery a few weeks ago and there was a stone that said so-and-so's leg. Have you ever come across something like this?" No, but that sounds super familiar. So I'm sure I've come across that on the internet at some point. But I mean, if that's all they have. Ew. But that's why I like going to cemeteries, because you find those weird and crazy things like that. The Appalachian Trail passed through some nice old cemeteries. Yeah, I do want to hit some cemeteries in that area, Walter. Uh, I've only been in that neck of the woods like once, and it was pretty awesome. Tarney says, "Has it been hot there today?" No, it was actually pretty nice and cool. Warm enough to go out on the lake. That was fun. Laura says, "I like the skeptic in you." Yeah, I mean, part of it is I'm a believing skeptic. I believe something's out there, but I'm not going to just blanket believe any sound or thing I see during an investigation, because it's super easy when it's late at night, you're in a dark, spooky place, you're amped up anyway, you are hoping to see something fantastical, and then like a car drives by, and immediately your thought process is like, "What was that sound? It's got to be like something crazy." And so you've got to bring yourself back down to the real world and be like, "Oh no, that was traffic." Okay. And so there are a few things in the investigations you'll see over the first three locations where we get jazzed up because we're like, "That's crazy. I don't have no clue how that happened." And then, like, literally hours later, we're like, "Oh, you know what? I think I figured out what that thing was." So, as exciting as it was in the moment, it's probably actually this. Um, and so, I'm not just going to be like, "That's odd. Must be a ghost. Supernatural. Call nukes." Hopefully, we can debunk ourselves enough that it shows that we're not trying to pull something over on people, but also it's still fun. Uh, why wasn't your son allowed to ghost hunt? Did he not have his ghost hunt union card? Uh, because the person I was ghost hunting with said, "No, I don't want other people on the camera." And that's not what we were told when I invited him to go along with us. Said, "Yeah, it's cool. Sweet." And then we drive several hours across the state to be told, "No, no, he can't. He can't be on camera." So that was stupid. Emerald Girl says, "Sometimes when someone has had a limb amputated, they have a burial for said limb." There you go. Laura says, "Mad props. Keep going with it. Keep it real. People respect that. I will watch and show my support." I appreciate that. How does Mrs. Spencer feel about her son coming along on your investigations? She's fine. My wife said anything is fine as long as we don't bring anything home with us. And me and my son definitely uh, made sure that when we were leaving each location, we made sure that whatever may be in residing in those areas, that they had to stay there because we were leaving and they could not come with us. So hopefully, I mean, I think it works. uh, let's see. Walter says, "When you ghost hunt in old railway town and train comes by after you get some weird sounds, it will give you a good scare." Absolutely. That would be crazy. But the craziest part would be if you hear a train coming, but no train comes at all because the train line has been like given up for decades. That would be awesome. Ghost train. Let's see. Cassie says, "It's so awesome you're investigating too." Listen, I've always wanted to be in the ghost investigation kind of thing. Um, it's definitely not something I would want as a full-time job, but I as a really fun, cool hobby that lets me do road trips and hang out in cool old places and make content for you guys. Like, absolutely, I'm all there. Are you going back to places you have already investigated or new locations? Both. I'm going back to both. I'm going to both. Brand new locations and a couple oldies but goodies that I've been wanting to go back and revisit. So yeah. Let's see. There was Laws is asking about collabs. I've been invited to collab with a few people. um, that we know, and a few people that maybe you guys don't know. Um, and hopefully that will be happening soon. Good thing about your son coming with you is that he can tell his friends and you could get some new members. Yeah, I don't know how much he wants like people to watch him that he knows. I don't know. We'll see. Jason, do you have any protection when ghost hunting, such as crystals or crosses? I wear a cross, a silver cross right here that I've been wearing since my very first investigation. It is my wife's. She gave it to me before I went on my first investigation because she wanted to make sure I was protected, and I rarely ever take it off. I always have it with me. Sass says the Truckee River Murder House. No, I'm not going back to the Truckee River Murder House anytime soon. Yeah, I'm not. It's way too far away anyway. I'm investigating Midwest, East Coast, South, North, the West Coast. I don't get over to very often. So going back to Virginia City for PEX is about as close as I'm going to get for right now. Sass says, do you still have Crow's dowsing rods? I do indeed, and they are used in every investigation I've done so far for Cemetery Road. And there are times like the dowsing rods. Here's the thing: I don't know if they work or not. The dowsing rods are, when you're looking at investigative tools, you have the electronic technology and you have the spiritual technology. The dowsing rods will fall into the spiritual side of it because it's using, energy and metal and earthly energy, all that kind of stuff. And I don't know how much I want to put stock into anything, dowsing rods or K2 meters or, spirit boxes or anything like that, because nothing is like 100% proven. You're kind of just going off of faith or hope that these things are doing what they're supposed to do. That being said, in the investigations, we got some dowsing rod moments that I was like, whew, like that's weird. That's weird. Like, I don't know. I enjoyed using them on these investigations. Whether or not you want to believe they're actually working, that something supernatural is affecting them in any sort of way, that's kind of going to have to be up to you. But it was certainly fun using them. But yeah, Crow's dowsing rods are definitely going to be a part of my ghost hunting kit for a long time. Let's see. What do we think of the ghost hunting circuit where everyone seems to investigate the same places? Do you think it's getting stale, overdone? Probably. I mean, I hear that a lot. I hear that a lot in a lot of the places that we go to. I mean, some people say that about Virginia City. When I was on the other show, people would hate that we went to locations in Virginia City or to the Truckee River Murder House over and over and over again. And I think part of it is people who are doing this like me, who are doing it not as like a job. Like I don't get paid to do this. Any support I get on the channel like is minimal. But locations are expensive, and there are not a lot of like legit locations that you're able to get into, and the ones they cost a bit of money, and a lot of people go to them. So you're going to see the same kind of locations over and over and over again. I guess it all comes down to the person investigating. Like that's the determining factor. And if you want to watch another episode or another show that's going to the same place that 4 other people went to, is that person bringing something different to the table that you enjoy apart from the other people? But yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that one. Probably why I don't watch any of them. Joe says, "Come to Tennessee. Cool places to investigate." Absolutely, sir. You want to hang out and do some investigating in Tennessee? Let's try and set something up. Let's see. Clifton asks, "Jason, is your son shy?" A little bit. Yep, he is a bit. How much of what happened at Truckee River Murder House was legit ghost activity? Hmm. Here's my thing. I will stand behind anything I see and hear or feel that I've told you guys about in any episode that I've been in. If I saw it, I'm going to say, like, I legit think I saw something. If I experience something, I will believe that kind of stuff. Uh, my experiences are the only thing I will stand behind. Uh, let's see. The K2 is a one is wonderful when used as a doorstop. I like the K2 meter. It's simple, it's visual, and again, whether or not it works in its intended manner in terms of ghost hunting, no clue. Uh, but take what you got, have fun with it. That's all you can ask for. Let's see. I heard they were used to find graves as well when talking about the dowsing rods. Um, Yeah, probably. Yeah, if we get enough channel members that we get another emoji, I'll definitely add dowsing rods to the emojis. Let's see. What else on here? Joe says, "Yeah, if I was bringing in money, I would be able to go to some really big and cool places." Yeah, I mean, just to right off the bat, pure open honesty, guys. The three locations that I did investigate cost me $1,000. Cost $1,000 for locations and stuff to do that trip. Um, that's a lot for me. I don't have $1,000. That was a lot of money to plop down to get started on the investigations. Um, so when you're doing this and you're not, bringing in a ton of money, or you don't have sponsors, or just you're independently wealthy and stuff, uh, ghost hunting can get super expensive. And so when you find places you can get into for free, you tend to go back to them quite a bit. That is why. Kasara says, "How are you doing, Jason?" I'm doing pretty good. It was a good week. Da, 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 da. Karen says, "When I stay in Miner's cabin, when I stay, I shall make coffee and get some cake for the spirits. See if they want to sit across from me and have a chat." That's a great idea. I would totally. I think that's a great way to try and communicate with whatever may be there, is to treat them as the people they once were, um, and not as kind of like spooky goblins or whatever. Let's see. This law says the story of the Truckee River murders is very hard to find. You'd think a whole family being murdered in the 40s would be archived somewhere. I agree, and that is why I don't put a whole lot of stock into the story we were told. Again, I was told by my the other person I investigated with, that he was told that story. Whether or not I want to put any stock into it is, I tried. I've tried to find information on the story behind the Truckee River Murder House, and I could not. Um, does that mean that the location could not be have some sort of supernatural presence there? No, it doesn't mean anything. There are so many haunted locations that have stories that can't quite be corroborated, or there's no like solid factual proof that can be shown to you, like newspaper clippings, all that kind of stuff. And there's also a lot of haunted locations that have the same story. Crybaby bridges are strewn across America. There's literally houses that have the exact same story as the Sally house that I've come across. The urban legend, the stories of these places take on a life of their own. That's why, like, the stories are cool to know, but I don't necessarily go in with a solid expectation that those stories are true. You kind of just got to let the location speak for itself at some point. Uh, let's see. Seth says, "Who the hell has $1,000 handy these days?" I don't. It was a lot for me to save up. I think the people who have haunted locations charge way too much. It's crazy. I mean, people are willing to pay. That's the thing. Few places are just under or over $1,000. Joe says, "Yeah, uh, these locations that I went to are not like they were charging $300 to $500 a night. And if this is what you want to do, if you want to like, I think that's totally accessible for somebody because a lot of these locations will allow groups. So you go to said location, and for the night it's $500, but you're allowed to bring like 5 people. That's $100 a person. You get a haunted location the entire night. That is more easily done. Um, as opposed to like me going by myself. I'm not going to make my son pay for half the location. Like he's coming along as a favor to his old man kind of thing. Uh, so it's more expensive for me if I just want it all to myself. Uh, but that was a cost I was willing to take on in order to bring this stuff to you guys and to get this whole thing kind of kicked off. Can I do that all the time? Absolutely not. My next couple locations are either cheap or free. So I'm definitely in the saving money category right now because uh, I cannot keep that up. That's why I'm not a turning this whole thing into a ghost hunting channel. I could not keep that sustainable. I don't get enough support off of YouTube, like AdSense and all that kind of stuff. I would not be able to afford much. Let's see. Going back in here. Are there a lot of haunted places around where I live? There are a bunch, yeah. Whether or not I can afford to like get them to myself so I can film an episode, that it remains to be seen. Law says exactly. Jason, go back to the Truckee River house. It may be inhabited by something, but not a murdered family of 5. Yeah, I agree. I honestly, I do not think that story is legit. Sharon is in the house. Thank you for the super chat. Nice to see your face. You as well. And I believe you are going to PEX. I think you said you were. It will be good to see you again. Let's see. Sass says, I guess when your name gets out there, they charge you more. Yeah, some people will do that. Kind of sucks, but uh, if your channel or your TV show, especially if you're a TV show, is big enough that they know you are making money off of their location, hand over fist. Like you're going to pay $500 to come spend the night, but they know because of the amount of support you have and the subscribers you have, you're going to be making a ton more money off of that. Then they have the right to charge a little bit more. If you're going to make money off of their location, then they want a little bit of that as well. You can't knock them for it. Kindred Paranormal says $50 per person for the old Gilchrist County Jail in Trenton, Florida. See, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's see. Henry and James Jones, the boys in the Gold Hill Cemetery, died in the snow, found with their horse, found photos of them. We'll go visit and put photos on their graves. Yeah, the Gold Hill Cemetery is one of my favorites up there. And that stone was featured in my episode of that cemetery. That's awesome. I'll show you exactly where it is. It's not hard to find, and it's pretty cool. Will you do a live stream from Falcor for old time's sake? Maybe I'll have to do that, especially if I'm on the road. Totally. Kindred Paranormal says, so when they get more money and publicity, the owners get a win-win. Absolutely. If someone big enough is going to come to your location and film something that 200,000, half a million people will see. That's great for them because that's people who are going to want to come to your location. Mike B says, "Sorry, I'm late. Damn Prius died at Walmart. That sucks, bro. But I am glad you made it, sir." Let's see. Any other questions? I'm keeping my eye on the chat. I like barely like my beer's full, guys. Thank you. Thank you to all the people who are hanging out with me tonight. I absolutely appreciate it. Uh, you guys are awesome. Uh, Andrew, thank you for the support to the channel. I just got the email. I super appreciate it. And guys, any support you guys send to my channel, um, I don't like asking. I don't like bringing it up very often, but I do want to let you guys know any support you guys send to my channel is going towards East Coast trip. It's going towards gas for traveling to cemeteries, and now it's also going to saving up for investigations. Again, I've got a few more lined up, but this isn't going to turn into like just a paranormal investigation channel. It will still be the Cemetery Road, but the investigations, as long as you guys dig them, as long as people are watching them, I will keep doing it. Julie, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Um, Walter says, my channel is a rail fan channel, films trains from same places over and over, but train people love it. Absolutely. Like, do film the thing you love and people will watch it. Cemetery Road has nearly 3,000 people who like watching me wander around cemeteries. That's awesome. I never thought in a million years I would have this many subscribers. And I know a lot of people are like, it's not that many. Like, so and so has 1 million subscribers. This guy has 100,000 subscribers. That's fine. I didn't think nearly 3,000 people would be interested in cemeteries. That blows me away. I love it. Like 50 people sitting here watching a live stream of me sitting in my office talking about ghosts and cemeteries. That blows my mind right then and there. Let's see. What else? Any questions, guys? I know it's getting kind of late. Probably try and keep this going for another 10, 15 minutes or so. And then we'll cut you loose. Tarnia, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate you. And I'm so glad that you're going to be able to get your stuff soon. Crow says, I need a glow board and a spinning wheel. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's too much. I want you guys to be here and enjoy the content I'm making. I don't want you to pay for my life. That's not fun. What's been your favorite cemetery so far? Oh, guys. Listen, my favorite cemetery that I've ever been to, Greyfriars Kirkyard in Edinburgh, Scotland. I love that. But there is a cemetery coming up on Cemetery Road that I went to. It's probably like two episodes away, maybe. It was flipping glorious. I loved this cemetery, and I know going to the East Coast, I'm gonna probably change my mind. But this cemetery was one of the coolest cemeteries I've been in terms of just like I walked in. Even my son was just like, "This reminds me of like the Haunted Mansion." Like it just like there's hills and big stones everywhere, and it's pretty awesome. I can't wait to show you guys that one. Let's see. I like the ones in Massachusetts, Pennsylvania. Yeah, I'm going to be on the East Coast beginning of October, and I'm going to be going to a bunch of old cemeteries. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Aaron says, perfect timing. It's about time for me to take the pups out. Yeah, me too. In fact, I'll try and show you guys a photo from the cemetery I'm talking about because it's awesome. What is it? This one. This photo will probably end up being in the calendar if I can find it real fast because this is super boring television for you guys. Uh, yeah, I'm not going to be able to find it fast enough. But I did not. It was a cemetery I went to, and I was not at all expecting to drive into this place and be like just totally blown away by the cemetery. But I was. Hopefully, you guys can see this. Yeah. Look at that place. I loved it. Absolutely. Cannot wait. Cannot wait for that episode. And what else, guys? What else do you want to talk about? We've got a few more minutes to chit chat before I'll let you guys get on with your weekend. Hopefully, you guys got something planned for this long weekend. For those of you in the States, I'm gonna I'm going to the river. I'm gonna kayak down the river a little bit. I'm gonna hang out. I'm gonna sit with headphones on and listen to my footage so I can see if I got any cool EVPs. What else would you guys like to know? What do you guys want to talk about? I'm gonna try and drink this beer a little bit more. Aaron says I have to work on Monday. Well, you are going to PAX, so you got to pay for it somehow. Good question, Phoenix. What brand of camera do you like the most? The one I have with me. Um, I've never been a snob for technology in terms of like camera gear and stuff. I The best camera is the one you have. This is the one I use the most. It's the reason I get like the most upgraded iPhone like every year is because I will always have this camera with me. Not only that is every cemetery road, every investigation video is filmed on this iPhone. But I do have my Canon camera. I like Canon. It's the camera that I've used the most since using cameras at all. And so it's just so familiar to me that I can take a photo really quick with it and not have to kind of think about it. So generally, I will go with Canon, and I would say 90% of the photos I take are with my iPhone. Carrie says she's a Canon person. Absolutely. I'm a big fan, or I'm a proponent of it's the artist, not the tool, when it comes to photography, filmmaking, all that kind of stuff. If you ever get a chance, Bonaventure Cemetery in Savannah, Georgia is the most beautiful cemetery I have been to. I will definitely put it on a list to go there. I need to get into Georgia soon, probably sometime next year, because I really want to go to Dragon Con. Dragon Con is going on right now in Atlanta, and it kills me that I'm not there. But maybe next year. Maybe next year. Phoenix says, spoken like a true photographer. The camera that I have. Yep. Phoenix says, I have a Nikon or Nikon, whatever you want to call it. Great camera. Those are great cameras. I will never bash a camera that anybody uses. Uh, I will. The only thing I can bash is myself when I miss out on taking a photo because I don't have my camera with me, which I always do. But it's usually like driving down the road. If I see something, I'm like, oh, that would be a cool photo. I give myself like 10 seconds. If 10 seconds passes, I was never meant to stop and take that photo, but I'm going to be kicking myself forever. But that's why I'm like, you got 10 seconds. Are you going to kick yourself forever for not taking that photo? Yes, I will. And I pull over. That's why my road trips take a very long time. Saw a few old tombstones in Ireland, burial plots that were facing west. Is that not unusual? Um, Generally, they face west, east. Generally, they face east, but that's not like a thing that has to happen. Um, Karen says, I will have a rental car for my stay, just hoping to remember to stay on the wrong side of the road. Wanted to see a few places while they're not reliant on Uber. Absolutely. And you won't get Ubers in Virginia City, really. But I'll have a car too. So, yeah, I will show you around. Don't worry about that. Amy says, I'm exactly like that, Jason. Yep. You see it, and then you're just like, ooh, that, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, I'll turn around. My kids hate it. Cassie says you're renting a car too. Yep. Renting a car is a good idea because for PECs, this is more PEC stuff. Virginia City, there's not a lot in Virginia City, guys. If you want a store, you're not getting it. Virginia City doesn't have any like a grocery store or anything like that. Everything is in Reno or Carson City. So you have Reno and you have Carson City, and then up on a hill over here is Virginia City. It's like a 30-minute drive either way. But you're going to want a car if you're planning on kind of doing a little sightseeing. Law says, I photograph things every time I walk my dogs. Yep. I'm take so many photos. Like this thing's got like a bajillion. Let me see. Let me see how many photos I have on my phone. Right now, we have, it's low right now. It's about 8,000 photos. 2,500 videos. I got to dump like a ton of stuff off this phone before PEX so I can make sure I've got all the space in the world for everything we're going to be doing. I wonder if all the hotels are sold out in Virginia City. I am not sure. I do not know. There's always hotels in Reno, which sucks if you have to stay in Reno or Carson City in terms of like super late night investigations and then also having to then drive back to Reno. Yee. Listen, Tarnia, I've had like 15,000 on my phone at one point. Clifton says, I'll rent a car, Jason, when you come down to the East Coast. I don't want to break down. Absolutely. Karen says, I'm bringing Tim Tams, TikToks, and Cadbury Furry Friends chocolates for Cassie and Jason, Levy, Joe, Cody. Well, we appreciate it. We absolutely appreciate it. I know I'm getting some snacks from Oz. She's sending me some snacks. Carrie says, I use photo apps that take advantage of the iPhone's innate capabilities. They're surprisingly great quality. Yeah, I have so many apps on my phone for cameras. Let's see. My memory is always getting clogged. I hate deleting things. I rarely delete things. I just put everything onto hard drives. I have I've got like 3 massive hard drives and I think they're kind of getting full. I'm going to have to get another one here soon just for all the photos I take. Every once in a while I'll go through and I will cull down my photos because I'll be like, why do I have a photo of a table? Because I probably saw a table I liked and took a photo of it just so I could remember, like, I'm going to look up that table or something like that. But then that photo lives on a hard drive forever. Karen says, furry friends have koalas, roos, and other Aussie animals on the wrappers. So I thought that might be cute. That is awesome. And when you're here, Karen, like I honestly, like I will show you around. You want to like go down to Reno or Carson City and check out some stuff. Like I don't know what you're into in terms of like the US. I don't know if you've been here. I don't know what you're kind of looking for, but I'll show you around. It's my hometown. I know where I'm going. Law says, yes, and those snacks have landed, waiting for a carrier, sitting on the corner with their thumb out, waiting for a ride. Absolutely. And trust me, when I get them, I will do a live stream and we'll all enjoy the snacks together. Virginia City has a fudge shop, just saying it does, and it is quite good. Quite good. Be careful. You'll leave here way bigger than when you got here from that sweet shop. It is filled with stuff you will want to eat. Tardia says, "I'm so jealous, Karen, do it live with you and Jason in the car." There you go. Listen, anybody who wants to like straight up do an investigation with me is going to end up in an episode of Cemetery Road Investigations because I will not waste that footage. But I think that's kind of it for the night, guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I didn't even finish my beer. Let me try and finish the beer. I'm gonna hang out with you guys so I can finish the beer. Does anybody else drink beer and then do the annoying thing that I do and just start picking off the label like crazy? I hate it. I hate that I do that, but I can't not do it. Anything else you guys would like to know in terms of cemeteries, in terms of ghost hunting, in terms of kind of like skull that drink? I know a lot of people have questions in terms of like what does it take to ghost hunt, like the behind the scenes stuff. If you guys ever have any questions about that, like I'm an open book for that, um, because I definitely don't want to gatekeep paranormal investigation. I believe anybody can do it. Anybody who has an interest should do it. You shouldn't kind of base your beliefs off of folks on YouTube being like, "I saw a ghost at this creepy house," and don't forget to hit like and subscribe. You will never like truly believe for yourself until you are in a creepy location at night, armed with a flashlight and a camera, and something crazy happens. Uh, it's just it changes your perspective a lot. Um, and that way when people say, do you believe in ghosts or do you believe in the supernatural, the paranormal, you can say yes, because I've had this experience. I've had a one-on-one personal experience, as opposed to I totally do because Joe Schmo on the internet said that ghosts are real. That's not gonna do it. Law says I'm too scared to ghost hunt. That's why I watch you do it. Well, go with other people. It's super fun and it's scary. If you pick the label here in New Zealand, we would say you are sexually frustrated. Thanks, Tarnia. now I'm now I won't pick the label anymore because I don't want to send that signal. Nat Max says hello, goodbye from Liverpool, and yes to the beer thing. Loving the hat, Jason. Thank you. I love this hat too. I've got my pin. Where is it? My pin, my Celtic knot. I got this at my first Celtic festival I ever went to. Um, and then it just made its home on this hat because this hat needed a pin. Betty's going to bed. Yeah, we're all going to bed. We're all going to bed, guys. Thank you again. Karen says, I am not scared of ghosts. I'm scared of the humans that might be hiding in the dark. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't want to run into random people when I'm ghost hunting. No, thank you. First pumpkin ale of the season. Not too bad. A little spicy. Why is it spicy? Is the shape in the house? Shape popping in to say hey? Yep, the shape. Literally, that's what he said. Dropping in to say hello. Hello, the shape. The shape. The shape is busy these days, hitting all the Spirit Halloween stores, gathering up all the different colored Jason masks he can find. Bumping into Crow, who's buying all the LED masks he can find. We have a Spirit Halloween store local, not too far away, super close. I took one of my sons there because I just love walking around Spirit Halloween stores. There's a lot of cool stuff in there this year. A lot of like, if you're into Hocus Pocus, they got a ton of Hocus Pocus stuff because the sequel's coming out. They got updated, like more merch for like Halloween and Scream and Trick or Treat and let's see what else. Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. So many cool things. There's literally a doormat. I really want to get it. I really want it. There's a doormat that is the Camp Crystal Lake sign. Looks so cool. So cool. I really want it. Aaron says, I went to Spirit Halloween the other day for some home decor. It's the best place. Best place. I think that's it, guys. I keep saying that, but then I want to hang out with you guys even more. Kindred says, I went there this evening. There you go. Okay, so just a recap before I let you all go. I want the Ouija board doormat, but my sis won't let me get it. Ah, dang it. That would be kind of cool. So PEX is happening in 2 weeks. If you can't make it, totally understand, but make sure you're going over to the PEX website, following all the guests that we are going to be having at PEX so that you can get kind of the virtual experience of being there. It will be awesome. I will do my part to bring you as much content as I can. Can't promise it'll be live because internet in Virginia City kind of sucks, but I will be doing my best. Halloween's not big in New Zealand. Sorry, Tarnia. It's big here. But I feel you, because when I lived in Germany, it wasn't that big either, which was weird. So PEX, make sure to follow everybody so you can attend virtually as much as possible. I will have my first investigation video coming out Wednesday. Don't hold me to that, but I'm hoping Wednesday it will come out in lieu of a Cemetery Road. And then what else? There was something else. And then my East Coast trip is shifted. It's changed a little bit, but will be happening. So be looking out for content from that once that happens. But that's about it. Karen, you should send me a message or something. Tell me when you're going to be coming to PEX. Like, are you showing up the day before, a couple days before? Are you leaving the day after, kind of thing? Let me know. I will try and make your trip as cool as possible. That goes for any of you guys going to PEX. thecemeteryroad@gmail.com. If you want to try and set up some investigations while we're there, if you need a tour guide, suggestions for good restaurants, any of that, thecemeteryroad@gmail.com. I will shoot you anything I can provide for you, and because I really want your guys' trip out here to be as the best trip you can, because I figure if you guys are going to spend the money and the time to come out and hang out with us and do this thing, like, I want to make sure that when you go home, you're like, that was absolutely worth it. Not even was it worth it, but I feel like I got a bargain, because I paid for this, but I got this because people were so accommodating. I want to help that happen. So thecemeteryroad@gmail.com. Any questions, any suggestions? And again, if you guys want to do an investigation with me, it will be an episode of Cemetery Road Investigations, because I will not waste that content. We will have a good time. So make sure to, Mike says, are all the whole hotels sold out yet? I have no idea. That's on you to find a hotel. I would do that absolutely super soon. Super soon. But that's it, guys. I'm going to leave you guys to your weekend. Thank you again for spending some time with me. I absolutely appreciate it. I will do a live stream again here soon, probably when I'm back in Reno, a live stream right before PEX to kind of kick off everything. Actually, maybe we should do a live stream after the investigation video drops. I think that's what. So, quick question. Let me get like a quick poll. Just tell me real quick. Do you guys prefer pre-shows, or would you rather a post-show live stream? Because I do like chit-chatting with you guys before a brand new thing comes out. But then, like, after it's aired, like, I honestly really want to know your guys' opinion. So would you prefer me do, like, I drop the investigation video and then we do a live stream directly after? Okay. AIM says pre-show, post-show, after-show, post-show. I think I may go more towards a post-show, because just drop it, let you guys watch it, and then be able to answer any questions you guys may have. That's kind of my thought process. Can we have both? Probably not both, but you never know. You never know. If anything, I will be in the chat the entire time, so we can still do the chat stuff. But then after the episode's done, and this one's only like 35-ish minutes long, I think. Let me look actually. 35 minutes and 15 seconds. So it's not super long. And then the second one, this part two, is an hour at this point, probably an hour and some change. I'm still working on it. Okay, post. Sorry, Laws. I appreciate you though. Raquel says yes, so we can ask questions. That's what I'm thinking. Like, because I can't answer questions before you watch the episode because I'm just ruining everything. We could go back over it and discuss. Maybe, yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Tarnia. So I think that's what we'll do. I'll have it set up, and once I figure out the time in which I'm going to release the episode, which will probably be around 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, just because that works out best for me in my time zone. And then immediately after, do like an hour long live stream where we can hang out and just like, what'd you guys think, kind of thing. And then the next one will probably release that weekend because again, I want to get 2 episodes out before PEX. So that should be cool. That should be real cool. Thank you guys again for hanging out. I'm gonna let you guys go. Enjoy your weekend, and as always, remember, when you are out walking amongst the stones or investigating the ghosts, be safe, be respectful, and I will see you on the next one. Have a good weekend, guys.